give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Kwadash, and double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught us this truth. And also we have to include the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai brought the thumb to the rest of the brotherhood that are in the household of this faith, that are the elect as well. And once again, it's your brother Laban. So as you saw on the intro of the video, you saw how he was booed greatly. And I like how this article puts it, mercilessly, because that's exactly the situation as it showed that he was in. So as this reads, most universally hated president in history, Donald Trump mercilessly booed at World Cup, sparking reactions. U.S. President Donald Trump has been impossible to ignore throughout the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Unfortunately, for him, not all of the attention he received was positive attention, and that was very clear on Sunday afternoon. Yeah, and I mean, I don't need to read anymore. I mean, it just speaks for itself, doesn't it? It just seems like everything's going downhill for this man. You know, and supposedly as it should, because you know, America has done a lot of evil, and it's time for America to pay. It's time for America to be looked at as it should be looked at. Now, this leads me to reading Obadiah 1 and verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord. An ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And here's the point, verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. And the word small there is quatan. You small in the Bible. It kind of reminded me of General Yohana. He said that years ago to somebody, right? But the word small here is the Hebrew word quatan, which means unimportant, insignificant. All right. So therefore, that's how the world looks at America now. America was once upon a time this great nation, this great prestigious nation that you wanted to be in and idolized. Now look at it. Thanks be to pride. This is what pride does. You know, when you're proud, you get humiliated. When you suffer humility, you get the honor. And that's what we're going to come in, brothers. Right now, we're suffering humility or humiliation. But after that comes the honorization. See how that works? So it's better to suffer now and to laugh later. And get all of the goodies of things. So anyway, this is Jeremiah 50 and verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And you know what? I looked up this word desolate, right? And I was surprised to find this meaning here under this word, right? So as it reads, primarily describes a place that is uninhabited, which will be empty of people and often bleak or depressing in appearance. And America does look certain, especially when you go to certain states, you know, especially right now, America, it's got that depressing type of vibe to it, man. I know it does. I haven't been there in years, but I know it's got that depressing type of vibe to it. All right. But here's the point, though. This is what I really want to read to you brothers out there and you sisters as well. Right. As this reads, it can also refer to a feeling of extreme sadness, loneliness, and hopelessness. Now, isn't that the vibration that people are under, primarily in America? Yes, indeed. Now, here's the AI overview, according to Gallup News. As this reads, depression and loneliness are recognized as a public health crisis. In the U.S., over 18% black, over 18% of American adults suffer from depression, and an estimated 36 experience serious loneliness. Both are linked to severe health consequences, with the mortality risk of chronic isolation equaling that of smoking 15 cigarettes daily. God, dog. Depression rates, the U.S. adult depression rate hovers around 18.3%, and increased roughly 8 percentage points since 2015. translating a nearly 48 million affected adults. So that's like over over 10% of the population. I think approximately America has between 300 to 350 million people roughly. Young adults and lower income demographics have seen the sharpest spikes. The loneliness epidemic, a majority of U.S. adults feel isolated or lack of companionship some or all of the time. The Surgeon General has explicitly labeled this an epidemic, noting that a lack of social connection poses a great premature death risk than obesity. So what you can blame on that is the COV era, which brought in this notion of being aware of people and not being able to communicate with people. Prior before 2020 dropped, people were talking to one another. You would always know that whenever you went out, you was going to speak to somebody that day. Now everybody's on their phones. Everybody's involved in the virtual reality of things. And that's just how most people communicate. And also that's how businesses are being done today. So Esau set this up by purpose to get people away from other people. And Esau very well knows what he's doing. He knew that this was going to bring depression, because when one is isolated, eventually that will come with depression. Even in the animal kingdom, I was watching this video, man. It was probably a documentary of an elephant. It was a young elephant that was isolated from his pack, and the elephant ended up dying eventually. So living creatures need to associate with its kind. You can't be on this earth just by yourself for the rest of your time, because eventually you ain't going to be here too long. Okay, everything is supposed to be connected. The bidirectional link, loneliness increased the risk of developing a depressive disorder by 15 to 30%. Conversely, depression often involves social withdrawal, which deepens a person's isolation. And you got a lot of people that have trust issues as well to include. All right, so now this is what I really wanted to read. Because see, what we got to do is we got to look at the young people, which are current right now. We can't really look too much at the older folk. We got to look at the state of affairs of the current generation. Why is that? Because they're the ones that's currently having to uphold society right now. Young adults are facing a uniquely severe crisis. Studies from institutions like the Harvard Graduate School of Education shows that up to 61% of young adults 18 to 25 report high rates of anxiety and depression, heavily compounded by factors like excessive technology use and stress from societal division. Absolutely. I would agree on that as well with these techs. Because these phones, if you occupy a lot of time on these phones, man, there's an effect which comes with that. And it's not a positive, it's not going to affect you positively. It's going to have a negative effect on you. Again, Esau knows what the fuck he's doing. Okay? With these gadgets, with these crises, to bring in this technological world. And all of it is to do is to shut you down, man. It's to bring your vibe down. And if he can bring your vibe down, then he's very well got you where he wants you. That's why the food is tampered with. That's why the air that you breathe and everything else is tampered with. Because the way he rules over people now more effectively is bringing your vibe down, bringing your energy down. He can conquer you easily. Okay. And the main thing about it is that we got to look at the primal goal here is to do away with the old world system. The new world system is going to involve you being transhumanized. All right. So the old way of doing things is going to be pretty much etched out. The whole concept of human labor, things of that nature is going. Now it's going to be you transhumanizing half man to half being a robot, connecting with other robots. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different time that we're living in right now. And right now as well, which is also a good thing. Because if young people of this current time are suffering depression because of societal issues, in regards to even to include this tech stuff that young people occupy their time on, all of that, what that does is it really opens the minds of people today so that they can see the truth of the world that they're living in. And maybe, okay, with that may come a negative reaction where people end up, wanting to, commit suicide, so to speak. And or what it can do, it can help people to get involved in finding out certain truths and bringing that to the forefront and influencing other people. So that's the thing. And right about now, that's where it's at, because you got a lot of influences on TikTok, X, even on YouTube, and they coming out with it, man. You got a lot of people, they coming out with the truth because they're sick and tired. But that's what it's got to take. A lot of the times it's got to take you to be at a point where you're just sick and tired, and so you can be in your right state of mind. Even the scriptures tells you that too. It's better to be in the it's better to be what? It's better to be in the house of mourning than feasting. Why? Because the heart is made better. So there you go, man. That's all I got to say with that. Let me read this over here. And I had to include the scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. In the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the window be darkened. And what does this mean? Meaning they that, of course, that are young, that have a future in mind that they want to see happen. What they're saying is that there is no future because of where society is at again. All right. And where society and people are getting hip to where society is going too. And the door shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the birds, and all of the daughters of music shall be brought low. And just like I mentioned before, just listen to the music and you'll know what the hell is going on economically. So if the music is shit, the economy is in the shit too. Right? So that's just the thing. But all of this has to happen so that we can what? Transition to the next world. Right? So yeah, Trump got booed out here, man. And this is another video that I have to show you, brothers. Well, actually, there's like several of videos I want to show you. Now, this video here, he went on the podium, right? Because Spain won the World FIFA Cup. And they were celebrating, and this guy here told him, "Look, you can't be here. You got to get off the stage." And he stuck on the stage anyway. And they didn't want him. They didn't want him on the stage. Actually,
he's telling him to do it. It's happening again. Oh my God. He's telling him to do it. It's happening again.
God, dog, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. And then you got these people celebrating, and they just literally not avoided, but ignored them. It's looking terrible out here for Esau, boy, I tell you. But this is what we want, man. This is exactly what we need to go down. This is proof that the Lord is definitely working in these last days, boy. Which the Lord was always working, but you get what I'm saying, brothers, and a few of you sisters that are watching. We need this. This is gonna boost the faith of many that's in the household of this faith, man. To know that the Lord is getting ready to come back. Once this system is on its way down, man, right? And we're pretty much on track. And that's all I have to say for this one. Giving all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh Bashmi Shai Bashem Rakah HaKwadash. Yeah, this is the video right here that I wanna play. So he was supposed to shake his hand, but he gave him the peace sign instead. And Donald Trump had that look on his face, like his pride was hurt or something. Oh man, it's crazy, man. It's wild. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. Shalom, Akim and Akwafyam. On to the next one.